I'll start with you. What is the biggest thing that you are looking for in this preseason?
Really, I'm just looking for the players to kind of get their fitness and get used to each other a little bit. I think Ronny Deila is great at managing players. I think he's good at getting them to kind of build a culture around them in a sense. And for the most part, right now you only have really two players to integrate because I mean you're only signing so far Cleach and Tagashi. But still, I mean, they're going to be important players for you, and so start getting them integrated into the squad. Start, kind of helping the foster kind of the players understanding each other. I guess if that makes sense, um, especially when they're going to be, playing around each other for this season. You have to see them communicating. You have to see them on the same page. It happens way too often, or at least it's happened way too often in the past few years, where players just seem lost, or that they can't seem to predict what their teammates are doing, and that's a huge problem when you don't know your teammates and you can't really anticipate what they're going to do. It makes it hard to put together dangerous attacks or to really do much of anything in an organized fashion. And so that's what I'm looking
Yeah.
for more than anything is some organization, some stability, and just the players knowing a little bit more about each other and how everybody around them likes to play.
I think it's two things for me. Number one, like he said, Henry, the integration of Cleek and Togashi. To a greater extent, Cleek, because he'll have a much bigger role than Togashi does. And the attack and the team as a whole. So that's what I'm looking for. But the other thing I'm looking for is how do the younger players integrate? How do the younger players show out? I'm putting aside Jay Fortune because he's been in the first team for a while. He acquitted himself very well in 2024. But I'm looking at players like Will Riley, who he just signed out of college. Of course, Atlanta United Academy alum, played with Atlanta United too before he went to Stanford, and Atlanta have brought him back on a homegrown contract. Granted, your midfield is pretty crowded as of now, but what can a player like a Will Riley do for you in that midfield? How can he equip himself in that midfield? Can he get himself playing time for Atlanta United, especially in cup competitions, what have you? So that's one thing I'm looking at. Other thing I'm looking at is Matt Edwards. Atlanta United are very, very thin at right back. Right now, you have Brooks Letter recovering from a shoulder injury, and based on the pictures we saw earlier, his sling is off, so that's good news. But he's going to be out for a while. You have Ronald Hernandez there. Unless you bring in another player, and Garth Lager has said, we're bringing in some more reinforcements. Who else do you have? I think Matt Edwards is your only option there at right back, true right back, I should say. So I want to see what he does in preseason. I want to see what Luke Brennan does in preseason. Can he take that next step up? Can he have a good preseason? He was part of the team, first team, a lot in 2024, at least available for selection. Didn't see the field, of course, but he was on the team sheet. What do we see from him in preseason? Can he get himself in the rotation as a substitute at that left wing slot behind whoever Atlanta United brings in?
I think for me, specifically what I'm looking for is polish. I want to see discipline. I want to see Chattanooga and Birmingham, as much as I love those two teams, I want to see them get played off the pitch in preseason because I want the confidence that comes with winning. I don't care if you're playing, a 18th division side on, the side of a mountain. Like we need to win this game, period. And preseason, yeah, I know you don't take much out of preseason. I get that. However, I need this preseason to be solid, right? Like I need it to be, we're already developing that winning mentality. We are already coming into each match, don't care what it is, saying, no, we're winning this. Like at the half, when all the starters come off the pitch and the quote unquote kids come on, even more aggressive. I want to see them snag a goal or two. I want to see them absolutely dominate because that's the kind of standard that you have to hold yourself to. If you start off this preseason, and I'm not saying that I think this is how it's going to be with Ronny Deila in charge, but I'm just saying, like, if you start off preseason with anything less than we are winning, period, that leaks into the season. And I think that's kind of what we saw last year, right? Like the preseason wasn't bad, but it wasn't like what it should have been. You have to come out and you need to give the fans a showing that they can be proud of and give them something to look forward to on February 22nd.
I just wanted to add something real quick that I just thought of. I want to see the players that got here last season continue to be good.
Sure.
Because I feel like that is like 2023, middle of 2023, you got Sean De Silva, you got Tristan Million, but 2024, they have tremendous fall offs. And that could be due to a number of factors. I'm not sure exactly what to attribute that to, but like that can't happen this season.
Okay.
Pedro Amador got here in the middle of the season last season, and he was phenomenal. He was like, he became a fan favorite kind of really, really quickly. And he's going to be the starting left back, and he needs to carry on with how he left off in 2024. You know, like he has to carry that through. If you have a fall off at that position, that's going to be pretty bad. And then Alexei Miranchuk, he wasn't the $13 million player that a lot of fans were expecting. This is his first full season in MLS. He has got to do better. He's going to have better players around him. So this is his chance to show that, you know, he's worth what Atlanta paid for him, and that he can be the top tier chance creator that they need him to be. So I'm looking for that, for those players to not just be as good as they were last season, but to be at least a little bit better. In Miranchuk's case, be a whole lot better.
I think having Miranchuk in preseason will go a long way in making him a better player in 2025.
Yeah. I think his personality to me has kind of come across as actually like fairly shy. I don't think and we've seen him in the locker room. He's not the guy. He's not Brad. Like he's not going to come in and impose himself.
Not many people are.
Yeah. Well, but I think like, you know, it maybe takes a guy a little bit longer to settle into a new country, especially literally across the world, with that kind of personality than like an outgoing guy who just like, you know, doesn't meet a stranger, right? Like, I think there's something to that. So, but I agree. I think he's got to show out this year.